Hey everyone, thanks for joining me today. So today's practice is going to be the theme of transitions. So we're going to take a little bit of extra time during our vinyasa flow to really think about the transitions and how they're getting us to the pose, how they're getting us out of the pose. Maybe think about if there's something we're going through off the mat, transitions in life. All right, you ready? Hi everyone. So if you have blocks, can grab them. You don't necessarily need them to practice today. Some people like to use them. I might use them. I think I said last week I was not kind to my back, so might need them to assist me a little bit today. So anyway, that's kind of where the idea of transitions came from. Let's go ahead and come to any seated pose you would like, whether it's Sukhasana, easy seated, or if you want to sit on your legs, on your heels like I'm doing here. If you want, you can tuck your toes and do like a 10-toe stretch. Usually can't do that for very long, but I'm going to come down. So let's take a minute here. Since we're focusing on transitions, let's take a minute to think about our breath and transition in our breath work, okay? So reach your arms up over your head, bring them down to your heart center. Get tall in your back, the back of your neck. We're gonna imagine, I've done this in some other videos with the box breathing. So we're gonna inhale for 4 seconds. We're gonna hold for 4. That's our transition, that space we're holding. And then we're gonna exhale for 4. And then we're gonna hold for 4 again. We're gonna transition. So we're not focusing so much on the inhalation or the exhalation. We're focusing more on the space between the action, okay? So ready, inhale for 1, 2, 3, 4, hold. 1, 2, 3, 4, exhale. 1, 2, 3, 4, and hold that exhale for 1, 2, 3, 4. Let's do it again on our own. Inhale. Hold. Exhale. Notice how you feel. Let's do it one more time. Notice how you feel during the holds, okay? All right. When you're ready, go ahead and blink your eyes open. Taking our arms up over our head, interlace our fingers, press through, drop our shoulders down, okay? Go ahead and reach over to the right. Take that left arm over by your ear, press through that left hip. Switch to the other side. Just warming up here with a little bit of motion back and forth. So I was thinking about transitions because when like I said, I was been picking up my toddler the wrong way and it hurt my low back. But it didn't hurt when I was sitting and it didn't hurt when I was standing. It only hurt during the transition, the getting up part, right? And I was kind of like, well, that's kind of like life, isn't it? It's always that you're usually okay and you're gonna be okay. It's always the little cranky parts in between, the transitions. So we're just gonna focus a little bit on the transitions through in between poses that we do all the time. Because we go through the poses all the time and sometimes we don't take time to think about the transition. Okay, you guys done with this? One more. All right, let's set up. Let's go to tabletop. Think how you're getting there, okay? How you getting to tabletop? All right. Just roll through a couple cat-cows. And think before you start into your cat-cows, what are you doing to set up, okay? Your wrists are under your shoulders. Hands are spread wide. You bring that thumb in towards your pointer finger. Are your feet pressing the mat? Are they tucked? Think about before you get to the pose what you're doing, okay? Press out here, a couple cat-cows. All right. Go ahead and tuck your toes. Bring your bum back to your heels. Press up to your nice down dog. And walk your dog if you want to. Pressing through the mat with your hands. Look at your pointer fingers. They make the number 11. Okay. Belly button's in and up. Upper inner thighs are rotated inwards. Your hips are pointing to that space, that crease where the wall meets the ceiling, okay? You're looking at your toes. Make some space between your ears and your shoulders. Lower your head down. All right. Let's gently and slowly walk our feet up to our hands. We're transitioning now to our next pose. Our forward fold. I'm going to grab my blocks here. Come up into a nice flat back. And come on the tippy. If you have blocks, come on the tippy toe of your tippy fingers of your hands on your blocks in the highest pose here, okay? Bend down. Okay. Rise up. Reach up, inhale. Go ahead and lower that right arm down. Reach over with your left. Press your left hip into your heel and your hip down, okay? Switch sides. Now your right hip and heel are pressing into the mat. Take your head back a little bit. Bend your knees, rise up. Hands to heart center. Bend your knees a whole bunch. Lower down, forward fold. Flat back. And take it here. Plant your hands. Let's take a nice plank. So our heels are pointing backwards. Our belly button is in and up. Strong pose here, okay? Let's go ahead and come down to your knees. And then we're just gonna take our elbows, bend them straight back. Because we're preparing to lower down, right? But we gotta prepare correctly or we're gonna hurt ourselves. So belly button's in, elbows just point straight back. Lower yourself down, okay? Now, you can roll out here a little bit. Help the low back. Set up before we go to a baby cobra. Bring your hands in right into your chest bone there, right next to it. And just the only thing doing the work are your hands. Push the floor away. Baby, teeny tiny cobra. Lower down. Bend those knees. Windshield wiper them. Tuck your toes. Bum goes to heel, child's pose. Child can be wide-legged child or regular child, your choice. Regular child, your knees make 11. Make your hands over. Take your left wrist, put it over your right wrist. Sink in. Press into that left hip, just like you did when we were standing and when we were doing side stretches. Press in that left hip. Okay, walk it. Arms back to center. Left arm goes over to left. Right wrist crosses left. Press into that right hip now. Okay. Making space here in our side body. Okay, back to middle. Come up. Set up again. We're transitioning again, okay? From here, go ahead and take that left leg and just pick up your foot and just take it at about a 45-degree angle, okay? Bring that left hand in a little bit closer to you. Roll over, take your hips over so now they're stacked on top of each other, and then plant that right foot into the mat and then just reach your right arm up to a nice stargazer pose, okay? Belly button is in. We're still tucking our belly button in here. Reach back. And then we're just gonna plant our hand down and we're just gonna roll to the other side and do it. So before we roll though, we need to get right centered. So come back to tabletop, cat-cow it, and then pick up that right foot 45 and roll over. Reach up. Belly button's in. Hips are stacked here. Let's rotate again. Notice your transition. Lift those hips up. Imagine there's a string on them. You're pulling them up. They're going to want to dip down. Switch. Transition. We'll just do a couple more. Nice little warm up. Gets us thinking about moving. All right, plant that hand, tuck your toe, down dog. Press it out. Pick up that right leg, point it back behind you. Hips are still the same height above the ground. Bend that right knee, plant it. I'll grab my blocks here. Sink into your low lunge, okay? Remember, before we come to the full expression, we've got to set it up appropriately. We've got to check our feet, check our hips, low back, reach up, arms, drop your shoulders down. Back foot, is it straight or is it, whoa, is it to one side or the other? Check your back foot, but you might, don't fall behind it. Reach up, sink into it. All right, plant your hands down. You can go to the ground or you can grab your blocks and then just roll back. Nice, half monkey pose here. So think, right, before we had to roll back, we had to stabilize ourselves, right? And then roll it back, okay? Sometimes we have to stabilize ourselves before we can transition and other things too, right? Okay. Ready? Let's walk ourselves forward and bring your hands inside. Just heel toe that foot and just kind of press that leg out. It doesn't, so it's pointing more towards the corner of your mat here, okay? Just opening up into those hips a little bit. All right, walk it back and then just bring that leg back and we're gonna tuck our toes, come back into down dog. Press it out here. Left leg goes up and your left leg, plant it. If you got blocks and want them, come to your blocks, adjust your feet. Belly buttons to spine, come up. Sink into your low lunge. Drop your shoulders down. All right, plant your hands down. Adjust your blocks any way you want, or no blocks. You can always just come to your tippy fingers too. Back is flat. Half monkey pose. Walk your hands forward. Heel toe, that left foot, and then just kind of sink into that left hip a little bit. So again, your toes are pointing to the corner of your mat. Just enjoy that. It's not a lot of pressure that you're putting on the inner part of your thigh. It's just a tiny amount. Okay. Okay, nice. Okay, let's walk our transitioning here, right? Let's walk our foot back. Take that leg back. Tuck our toes, come down, back into down dog. We'll walk it out here. Okay. Come up onto your tippy toes. Bend your knees and let them hover like an inch above the mat. Just building a little bit of strength there in our arms, upper body. Belly buttons in. Push it back to down dog. Heels are towards the ground. They don't have to be in the ground, just towards the ground. Make that space between your ears and your shoulders. Press it out. Walk your feet up to your hands, forward fold. Flat back, come up. Rise up. Hands above your head. Press your hands together at the top. Bring them down to your heart center. Get strong in our mountain pose here. Inner thighs, rotate them back behind you, okay? Draw your tailbone down as you do that. Belly button goes in and up. All right. Bend your knees, forward fold. Come up, flat back. Plant your hands. Left leg extends back, right leg extends back. Plank. You can go ahead and lower down all the way here, or you can drop your knees and lower down. Whatever you're feeling, just remember to keep those elbows pointing straight back as you lower down, okay? All right. Just roll in the front of your hips here a little bit. Hands right next to chest. Elbows pointing straight to the wall behind you, okay? Tops of your feet are pressing the mat. Belly buttons to spine, in and up. All you're going to do is push the floor with your hands. Just think about that. Your arms are doing the work here. Baby cobra. All right. Lower down. Bend your knees. Windshield wiper them. We got to prepare our body for the next pose, okay? If we just did a back bend, we got to counter that or else we're going to hurt ourselves. All right, good. Tuck your toes. Press up with your hands. Bring your bum back. Child's pose. You can do a couple things here. You can do puppy, so you can just walk your hands out, lower down. That feels nice. You can do a normal child's pose, or you can do a wide-legged child. Whatever pose you are feeling good with today. All right, come up. Let's go ahead, pick up that left leg, or that right leg again. Plant it in between. Make some space. Come up, low lunge. Adjust your hips, belly buttons to spine. Pull this hip point of your right leg back a little bit, okay? There you go. Arms can be a V, they can be cactus arms at your heart center, at your hips. Do what your shoulders are telling you to do. All right. Plant. I'm going to grab my blocks. Come into half monkey pose. Just roll back. So you start to straighten your leg, come on the heel. Your right leg, bum goes back. Can be in any variation here. You can move fingertips to the ground. Just make sure your back is straight. All right, start to walk yourself forward. Heel toe that right foot. So now it's off the mat a little bit. And just gently press on the inner thigh. If you want, you can pick up that left hand. You can bring that right arm up. If you want to get a full expression here, you just want to really focus on that hip. You can massage into that leg a little bit. All right, let's toe heel our foot back, okay, and just take our right leg back. Press to our child's pose. Rest our head on the mat. Notice how your right side feels compared to your left. Belly buttons in. Pick up that left foot now, plant it in the middle. Build up your low lunge, however you want to do. If you need to, take that right leg back a little bit, adjust your feet, adjust your back, your hips. Bring that right arm over if you want. Sink into low lunge here. Belly button is in and up, okay? It is a tiny bit of a back bend, so we have to protect that low back. We don't want to crunch it, okay? Arms up, shoulders down. Left hip pulls back a little bit, okay? All right, you ready? Come down and then just start to roll back. Half monkey. Back is flat here. And focus on your breath. Maybe holding it a little bit longer like we did in the beginning. Toes point to shin. A little bit more stretch in that back leg. All right, roll yourself forward. Heel toe that foot over. Sink into those hips, okay? You can press gently in the inner part of your left thigh, or if you want, you can bring that right hand in towards the middle more and reach up with your left. All right. So toe heel your foot back, okay? And just step that left foot back to meet your right. Come into tabletop. Rearrange. Set it up. Press up. And down, a couple cat-cows. Belly button's in. Point, your hip points are pointing towards the mat. Okay, kind of dip in your back here. All right, tuck your toes. Bum to heel, press up. Down dog. Walk your feet to your hands, forward fold, flat back, rise up. Pressing your hands together at your heart center. Inhale, exhale here. Bend your knees, forward fold, flat back. Step it down, right leg back, left leg back, plank. Belly buttons to spine, heels are pointing back. Elbows are straight back, lower down. Bend your knees. Windshield wiper your feet. Walk your legs down a little bit. All right, hands are right next to chest bones, elbows straight back. You're pressing into the mat with the tops of your feet and your thighs, okay? Belly button is in and up. Just push the mat with your hands. It's all in your arms. Look forward. Lower down. Bend those knees. Windshield wiper back and forth. Tuck your toes. Press up. Down dog, or I'm sorry, child's pose. Then we'll do down dog. Or if you want down dog, that's your choice. Roll up. Tuck your toes, down dog. Right leg back, bend that knee, plant that foot, lower down, low lunge. Shoulders down, rise up. Plant your hands, roll back, half monkey. Back is flat. Roll forward, rotate. Heel toe it out. Get into that hip. Shoulder, bring your shoulder back a little bit. You can even bring that right hand behind you just to open up a little bit more in the chest. Or if you want a full expression, you can raise that right arm up. All right. Walk that foot back in, take it back. Tuck your toes, down dog. Pick up your left heel, left foot. Bend that knee. Take it in on your tippy toe, lower down. Come up, low lunge. Plant your hands, heel toe that foot, press into those hips. You can take that left arm behind your back if you want, or reach up. Okay, toe heel it back. Left leg goes back, cat-cow. All right, so let's go ahead and meet up on our backs. Okay, come to our backs here. And just give yourself a hug, bring your knees in to your chest. Then take your right hand and then just sweep it around the back of your right leg and just bring that in close to you, okay? Left foot plants in the ground here. Now you've drawn your right leg in, just take it to the side a little bit, okay? Just a little bit. You can extend that left arm out. Sometimes it's nice just to flow with what we know. Sometimes there's always a lot to worry about, right? In life as it is. You don't want to add more worries to our day. Sometimes it's nice to do something we're familiar with. All right. Before we transition, right? Okay. Bring that knee back in. Plant your right foot. Pick up your left. Same thing. Take your left hand and just sweep it under and draw that leg in towards your body, okay? And then take it to the left. Right arm extends out. And we're not taking it very far over, okay? Just a little bit. Okay, bring that knee back in. Go ahead, hug your knees out one more time. And as we have, let me move these out of the way here. As we have our knees into our chest, just start to roll over to one side. Let them fall, and then just extend your arms out at your shoulder height. Look over toward your right. Belly button's in. Gauge your core, bring your legs up to center, hug it out again. Then we're gonna take them over to the other side. Look towards your left. All right, bring your knees back up to center. Give yourself another big hug. And we can set up for Shavasana. Notice our transition into getting comfortable here, right? What are we doing? Extending our legs out. You can either, you might want to put a sweater on, a rolled up towel or something under your knees, socks on, whatever you're feeling. Press your head into the mat, pick up your shoulders and lower them down, okay? Get long in your spine, reach up. Hands over your head, point your toes, reach up there. All right. Let's enjoy this moment. Just let your body get really heavy. All right, if you want to stay in Shavasana, feel free. If you're ready to come out, wiggle your fingers and your toes. Take a deep breath in. Exhale. Go ahead and hug your knees into your chest. Roll it out here, roll to the side. Press yourself up. Nice seated pose. Get comfortable here. Ooh. Thank you for taking the time to practice today with me, showing up for ourselves today and our future selves. Working through the transitions. There's always transitions, right? On and off the mat. May you be happy. May you be healthy. May you be free from suffering. May you continue to be awesome. And may you progress. Namaste. Thank you so much. Thanks, everyone. Have a great day.